2 weeks off. We're back, though, talking about the PGA Tour. We're doing this live show. Producer Sabrina, have you seen Dave? Is he here? Dave Balzer still here?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there you are.
Sorry, live, man.
Live, yes. Oh, wow, look at that. Huh, you look different today, Dave.
Unbelievable.
Did you watch any of the golf this weekend, Dave? PGA Championship.
I did. It was tough to catch it between working out and pounding my protein shakes. I kept the challenge going since a couple weeks ago, but yes, I did get to check it out.
Yeah, you do look a little bit different. Like your fingers look bigger or something.
Well.
Well, check this out. We've got Colin Morikawa, who won by 2 shots, and it was an awesome finish if you didn't see it. So here's where it all kind of started. I thought it was going to be an awesome finish until 14, and then this is Colin hitting a little pitch shot, and he holes this one out for birdie. And at that point in time, it was all over because he just kept playing well. Then we got to 16, the drivable par 4, which made this whole golf course really cool. It had 3 or 4 holes that you could rip a driver or 3 wood up by the green. This one in particular, he hits about a 25-yard little fade like he normally does, drops it up on the green, and then buries a 6. That's all he had left was about 6 feet.
6-7 feet for you.
I mean, it was awesome.
And then I saw after the round, he made the comment in the interview about it's a good thing I don't hit at 330.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a
He would have needed to lay off of some of these shots, so that was pretty awesome to see for sure. The leaderboard was packed all the way up to the top, but I would say that Morikawa's stats were probably the most impressive. He hit 85.71% of the fairways, number 1 for that. That was an incredible number, too. I mean, the best players out there, even the straightest hitters, were barely hitting 50%.
Right.
Some of the fairways were like 15 yards wide. Then he also finished number 1 in putting and gained 6.4 shots on the field, or 8 shots on the field putting. And then tee to green on Sunday was the most impressive round. He shot 64, best round of the day. There were a lot of good ones too. Bjorn Hahn did the same thing as well, but he gained 6.4 shots on the field from the tee to the green. So his hitting's just awesome.
Yeah, it was certainly an amazing display. And then I saw a couple of other stats that I just thought were interesting on Colin. Now, we talked about him a couple weeks ago on this program, right? He had that streak of cuts made. First major win in his second major start, so the guy's winning 50% of his majors right now. And then lowest weekend score at the PGA, 129, 65-64. So not only did he go low on Sunday, but he went low on Saturday too to set himself up.
Yep, it was awesome golf, and everybody played well on Sunday. They did a nice job, the PGA did, of setting up the golf course and making it tough but not unfair, because there were so many rounds in the 60s yesterday.
So with his majors performance so far early in his career, I have a new segment that I'd like to introduce called the Way Too Early to Ask It segment. Is Colin going to break Jack's record?
No, he's not going to break Jack's record, but I would say he's probably the best. I don't know, I've been feeling this way for a long time. I got asked by our friend Cordy Walker, who I thought was the best young player, Matt Wolff, Victor Hovland, or Colin, and Colin's my choice, although Victor's probably second, just because he drives it so well. But Matt Wolff played awesome this week too. Bryson Dechambeau, did you see him play this week?
I did see him play this week.
I've been doing a little bit of stats and some studying on Bryson's game, Justin Thomas's game, and a little bit about how I'd be feeling if I were those guys. But
update us on some stats, and I've got a few off the golf course stuff I want to talk about with Bryson. He's made for a few good sound bites in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, no, that's good. He finished strokes gained off the tee 4th. He was 2nd in driving distance and 54th in accuracy. So he hits about 47% of the fairways. That shows you how that stat is so skewed towards the distance.
Right.
So on my screen that I'm sharing here too, I've got some an interesting stat that's worth watching. So this is distance from the edge of the fairway. Number 1, Jim Furyk, 18 feet. So this is if you miss a fairway on a par 4 or a par 5 and you didn't go for the green on a par 4. So it's every single hole. 18 feet on average is really his distance. And then when I scroll down here a little bit, the PGA Tour does an awesome job with stats. Dave, do you notice I'm scrolling a touch?
You're scrolling pretty far.
Yeah, that's because I'm looking for Bryson DeChambeau. 184 strokes gained, the distance from the edge of the green. But compile that with a few other people. Here's Jordan Spieth at 197, so he's not ripping it down the fairway and then occasionally missing some of them wild. They're going short and crooked for sure.
Yeah.
But you've got some other people in here that are worth noting as well. Jimmy Walker is way down on that list. Phil Mickelson at 207, pretty impressive. And Justin Thomas is on this list too. He's hovering right about 166. Right in here. So if I were Bryson or Justin, I'd be feeling great about golf because basically they're gaining strokes on the field just with the massive distance they have,
Right.
even though they're crooked.
Yep.
Bryson's either hitting a shot in the fairway or it's like literally 30 feet or more off the edge of the fairway. It's not even close, but he's driving it really far. So if I were Bryson, and also feeling pretty good about his putter because he putted amazing this week too. He was 4th in putting.
Yeah,
So-
I saw the 95-footer he made, too,
Yeah,
set a record,
no
personal
joke.
best.
And then, so really, if he drives it like he normally does, plus hits it a touch straighter than usual, he should know he's standing on that first tee in total contention that he can win this thing. Same thing with Justin Thomas.
Right.
Meanwhile, you've got guys like Brendan Todd who don't hit it very far but hit it very straight. He needs to know I need my A game off the tee, plus I need to hit it really well, plus I need to putt very well.
Yep.
So it's just such a different feeling. I'd have so much less anxiety being Justin Thomas or Bryson right now. It's a cool way to actually play the game too. You said you had some interesting Bryson stats. Are they better than that?
I mean, can we, I noticed that he was in contention.
He
in
was.
fact, tied for the lead with not very many holes to play. And then I saw he made back-to-back bogeys on the scorecard. I didn't see how he did it. Was that fire ant related? Did he encounter fire
I
ants?
didn't see any dangerous situations out there.
Okay,
So
so,
no, I don't
no
think that was
danger.
it.
So it wasn't fire ants. Let me check that one off.
Yep,
Got it.
cross
Not
that
fire
off.
ants. Not fire ants. So then, I did this protein shake challenge for an extra 2 weeks. I can't believe you didn't see the gains I did. That Bryson protein shake challenge was amazing. So
I
my
mentioned your
question,
fingers.
my question is, if Bryson is trying to live to 130, how many years did I gain in doing it for 2 weeks?
Probably 70 or 80
70
maybe?
extra
Yeah,
years. That's
extra
fantastic.
years, yeah.
That's amazing. So
And I would think if you wanted to live to 130 or 40, you probably wouldn't be having an excessive amount of protein, but
Yeah.
that's my take on
okay. Well,
health and
maybe I'll cut it
longevity.
back and bring it
I'd
back
go
down
the
to
other
normal.
way.
Go the other way.
Yeah,
Got it.
less muscle mass.
I do have a question about his shaft incident, though. So I had my own incident here as we
I
got
saw
going.
that. That looked awkward.
Should he have been allowed to replace his broken shaft? That's some chatter that's going on out in the golfverse of just people kind of weighing in, going both directions.
Sure. I don't see a problem with it, but at the same point, I can see how that's a fine line in the rules, but nah, it's fine. Go ahead.
Great.
Is that boring enough?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Let's not talk about it all. Let's keep going. Moving on.
I don't know. What do you think? Would you replace that one in a round now?
Well,
Normal
I mean,
course
this
of
isn't
play?
this
Yeah.
isn't my normal ping, so actually I'm going to just probably toss this one and throw it away. But
You were casually walking up to start the show. I mean, it was normal
Yeah.
course of action.
yeah.
That's fine. Guys, I felt bad for Rickie Fowler.
Yeah.
Did you
Let's
see
talk
that
about
one?
some of the. Oh.
I don't have the clip pulled up here, but he missed a putt that was literally this long.
Didn't miss it. Missed
No,
the
he
ball.
missed it.
He didn't miss the
I
putt.
think he even hit the ball.
Did he hit the ball?
It, it
Okay.
looked like it rolled a little bit. I don't
thought it
have
was
the clip here,
oscillating,
but poor guy who's already having a rough year as it is with his hitting, and his putting's just okay so far. It misses the cut by one because of that
Yeah.
on the back nine.
I blame
Friday.
the mustache. So.
Seems fair, yeah. You know, the one that was most interesting to me, Tiger Woods played okay. He finished 37th and had a decent round. When I was watching golf, I was watching him a little bit on Saturday trying to catch his back nine. Thought
Yep.
that'd be fun. And then I saw the same sort of depressing garbage off the tee out of him that
Right.
has kind of been there all year. Now, he's still world class off the tee, even relative to every person you're going to meet, he's good. However, for a tour player, I don't see him driving the ball very well.
Yeah, not driving it well, and I did watch all of Thursday and Friday, and then I know the trend continued on Saturday. He couldn't buy a putt.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty much middle of the road or somewhere between 20 and 50 on all the strokes
Yeah.
gained this week. But driving accuracy, this is the one that I think kills him. He led the PGA Tour in driving distance on Thursday. Now that one is worth noting because
Right.
really I remember taking a lot of heat. I've always said Tiger has always been this good. It's
Yep.
not like injuries really dragged him down. I think that was a bit of a misunderstanding about how to play. If he could have hit the fairway for the last 5 years, he would still be a world-class player. Here's a testament to that. On Saturday afternoon, hole 10, this is where I started watching. Hits a driver, par 5, into the right fairway bunker. Hole 11, hits a pretty decent shot too far to the left, 3 putts, and makes a bogey. Hole 12, another driver, into the right rough. 13, another driver, into the right rough. 14, another driver by the cart path, 187 yards away from the hole. 15, fairway bunker. 16, 300 is the hole Morikawa just drove.
Right.
He had a 240-yard shot into the right rough, almost by the cart path. 17's a par 3, hit a nice shot there, and 18 he caught the very edge of the fairway, and then like usual, from the fairway, he is still one of the best and hits a 207-yard shot right next to the hole, taps in for birdie.
Right.
I mean, if he could hit a fairway and it wasn't just a mess of push cutting where he's hitting a driver and actually tilted to the left at the end of his swing, that would be really nice to see, but it's just not there yet.
I mean, how would he be scoring if he hit nothing but 2-iron off of every tee box?
I think he stands up there and hits 3-wood about as high as the ceiling, and he'd be right there playing with. It'd be a nice showdown between he and Colin at the end of this week.
Yeah.
Really would.
Yeah.
Without a tremendous round even putting, as
Yeah.
you mentioned. So.
And the rough out there is just unbelievable
Yeah.
in some spots.
Fairways are narrow, the rough's really deep. It was a tough golf course.
A lot of
That's-
cabbage.
That's what made Colin's round so amazing yesterday, but his driving all week was super impressive. Guy's awesome, for sure. Jordan Spieth. You watch any of his?
I did see some of his.
I'm
and
starting
then,
to feel bad for this guy.
I'll let you talk about his game, but I was kind of impressed with the post-round interviews where he's actually apologizing for bringing his buddy, for bringing JT down, right?
Yep.
So, I think that's just a testimony to how those guys are, not all of them, but lots of those guys are just friendly and buddy and into the spirit of the competition.
There's so much money into the game that these guys are millionaires 80 times over.
Yeah,
It's not the same amount of stress like it would have been with Jack and Arnie and Gary Player playing, where making the difference between first and second was such a monumental move to their quality of life. It's just different with these guys. They're financially set. They all want to win, but they're not looking to beat each other in the face.
So Spieth's a big name. Take us through what happened, with him in this tournament.
Sure. So he's playing. He played so bad on Saturday. Here's a picture with him and Cameron just sitting on the range after the round. I'm not really reading into anything about what that exactly means, but here he is Saturday afternoon waiting to tee off on another hole, and he just is lost.
Body language speaks volumes, right?
It does, and I worry about Jordan to some degree in that he's not the longest hitter, and if he doesn't hit the fairway, his game's not real solid. He's pretty good from the fairway, though. So if he could hit fairways again, not looking for the extra 10 yards of distance, but if he did hit those fairways, you'd have yourself a rock star golfer yet again. I mean, it's sad, though. He's done this for years. He hasn't been able to hit the fairways. And you saw the distance from the edge of the fairway stat that I gave earlier. He is below Bryson Dechambeau's hitting the ball 50 yards past him if he feels like it. So I'm hoping his game turns around, but even when he hits a shot, they always have the live mics going right now. It's been convenient and interesting to watch. When he hits a shot, it doesn't end up in the spot where he expected it to. He is looking confused. He is talking to his caddy Michael about what might have just happened there. I mean, it is it's awkward to watch. It is not a guy in command of his game or has an understanding, in my mind at least, although this might sound harsh. I feel like he hits a shot, it goes into a place, and he doesn't really know what happened. So then he starts to panic to some degree, or he talks a lot to get the anxiety out and move on.
It kind of reminds me early in Sergio's career when he would, sit there and grip the club for 10, 15, 20 seconds, just seemingly not able to pull the trigger. Jordan's pulling the trigger, just doesn't know where the bullet's going. That's the problem in some of these.
So Rickie Fowler having a hard time. Jordan Spieth having a tough time, definitely for sure. Tiger tried a new putter. We'll see if he carries that with him. I'm still thinking he'd still be one of my, no matter how he plays the rest of the year, barring some other weird injury where he misses tournaments, Tiger Woods will be one of my picks for Augusta for sure, because he's not going to hit a bunch of drivers off those tees. The rough is this long, in theory, if they keep it like they had before, and then he knows his way around that place. But I was hoping he would hit it better off the tee this week, or so bad that he still would finish around 30th, even though it was so crooked. But his game's round and round. He's getting better, though. But again, watching him lead the driving distance on Thursday was pretty cool.
The other thing that we almost got in this tournament, and boys and girls, it's going to come one of these days. We almost had
so close.
The Bryson Brooks Sunday pairing. They were back to back, one I think 10 minutes away from the other, but man, one of these days, magic's going to happen, which is going to come true.
One of these coming tournaments, I could see the event coordinators putting them together, just because that would make for such a good story for sure. So,
Nick, what do you got? Did you
well,
get a new stick?
I got a TaylorMade iron here and a bunch of TaylorMade irons. Today is the date that we can talk about these.
Here we
So
go.
this one is the P770. We'll talk about how this is a nice addition to that P790 line, a little bit different. And then we'll look at the MBs, the CBs. We've got some UDIs over there. That's the driving iron and the driving hybrid that they have. And talk about how these are new and cool. Yeah, so we're doing that tomorrow.
Can I hit those tomorrow? I want to see if that combined with the new physique hits it further.
Obviously it will. I mean, look at you.
Yes.
You're a marvel human specimen today. It's pretty impressive. Well done. Well done. So 7 protein shakes today. How many are you on?
No, I've already got all set.
You did it.
No, we're good.
Should have known. All right, so if you want to watch the little bit about TaylorMade tomorrow, we're going to talk all about these new sticks. I'm pretty excited about them, and I'll tell you why you should be excited about these too. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Sounds good. Cheers.